Evening, everyone. Probably just going to be me tonight. Mark Lavelle might jump on if he can. He's just running home from work. Mainly just doing one just for a bit of a chat, so people can jump on a Monday night if they're a bit bored like myself and have a chat to one another. I'll have a little bit of a chat about a couple of things that are coming up with the camp out in September. Besides that, I've only got one little announcement. Really, just a personal one. Something exciting. Let's see what we've got on so far. We've got Jack Turtle, Debbie, Nathan's on. That was a good cook up fire you're doing the other night, Nathan. Luca Reed's on. Craig from out there touring. No, sorry to disappoint, Nathan, but you're going to have to choose someone else for that one. No, just once again, not that personal, Craig. We've got Ed on. Wixie's in the chat room as well. And Paulie Martin there. So it's good to see a few people jumping on. It was only a last minute decision. That's why it's probably just going to be me and maybe Mark if he jumps on. A few other people jumping on there saying hello to each other. I actually find Mondays are not a bad day to do it because usually nothing happens on a Monday. There's no sporting or anything on TV. Not that there's anything on anyway. Stoles, Emma, how you going? All right, just while you guys are having a little chat and a few people are jumping on, I was just going to show some of you know about this one, and no, I'm not pregnant. This is what I got 2.5 weeks ago. So it's the first time I've ever had a new car. That's why I think I put a post up on Facebook a while ago asking about storage solutions when you don't have a lot of storage room. And that's why, because I knew I was going to get a 3-door Suzuki Jimny. So I've had it a couple of weeks. I've already put 1,000 Ks on it. I haven't really gone off-road, a little bit of gravel, but that's about it. I went for, you got the Jimny Light, and then you've got the GLX, which is basically just the standard Jimny. I didn't get any accessories on it. All I got were window tinting and some floor mats, and I'll get some seat covers. So I'm doing it on a lease for 2 years, and then after that, I can continue the lease, buy it out, and if I decide to keep it, that's when I'll look at doing some accessories, etc. So that's a jungle green color. I quite like the yellowy lime green with the black roof, but end up with this one. I didn't bother with the tow bar accessory for it. They're rated to 1,350, but I don't think I really want to tow with a little Suzuki Jimny, and I don't need to. I've still got Land Rovers for that. I can tow a lot more if I need to. But yeah, so far it's pretty good. It's a very bit old school. It's still got like technology with that Android CarPlay and a few other things, but there's definitely nothing wow about it in that sense. But I like it for that reason. I'll just see who else is jumping on here. I can see Jamie, Karen are on there, Greggy Campbell. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Yeah, Nathan, it's through a leasing company that deals with the education. So how it works, when you go to do a lease vehicle, you have a few different lease companies, but each companies have their own contracts with different employers. So I looked at some Nova lease thing, whatever, and they had everything ready to go because this is my first time doing it. And they said, "Oh, who's your employer?" And I was like, told them who it was, and they said, "Oh, well, we can't deal with that. You're going to have to go through these people. They've got the contract." So I don't. Obviously, if you can ever buy a car outright cash, it's going to be better. I couldn't afford that, and so I decided to do this just as a bit of a treat. I thought, oh, well, I'm not going to wait until I'm 50 before I can buy a new car. And the Suzuki Jimnys hold their value quite well. It's a car that I've always wanted. And it's sort of the only way I could get into a four-wheel drive without maybe going Mahindra or one of the Chinese ones. And it kind of looks like what Land Rover should have done before they went really luxury. Just catching up with the comments here for a second. I see Graham's on. How are you going? Good point, actually. They're a great little place thing, but gee, they're rough to ride in at highway speeds on the country roads. They do move around a little bit, especially if you're going over a few potholes or it's windy. I have done a bit sitting on 110. It's okay, but it's just as soon as there's wind or a truck goes past, yeah, you do notice it. On the I only test drove a 5-door. They might not be quite as bad, just a slightly longer wheelbase. But I haven't bought it to sit there on the highway. Like, obviously, I will do a bit of highway driving, but it's more just this is all I could afford without going a used vehicle to still do a bit of forward driving. And it's good around town. It's good on fuel. I think the first fill up I did was 6.1, and then the next one was 6.8. So I was pretty happy with that litres per 100. Just petrol, 1.5 litre, nothing wow, but it's only small and light at the same time. Jordan said that he owned a Jimny. Yeah, a lot of people, best cars ever. You've got to remember that you're going in with a bit of a compromise with room and a few other things, luxury, whatever. But everyone says that. I haven't heard anyone say anything bad about them except for, oh, they're small. But, I knew that. That's why I only did a 2-year lease, not a 5-year, which is the most common lease. Because I thought, after 2 years, if I'm really jack of it, then I'll get something else. I was looking at used dual cab utes, and for the same price, you're looking at like one with 200,000 Ks on it for a dual cab ute. And I just thought, no. At least if, with warranty, if things go wrong with it, it's all good. Just having a look again. I just don't want to miss anyone that's jumping on. There is a reason I put it up there, not just to show what I've got, but I wonder if anyone can spot something about it that I had a bit of a giggle over. Greggy Campbell. I did see your last text there. I just haven't gotten back to you yet, Greggy. Got Gary, Bruce, how you going, guys? Everyone's saying hello. Got Mrs. G on. Hope you're well. There actually, there is I think it's a Mr. Land Cruiser guy. He's done one for his daughter where he's chopped it and put a canopy on it. It actually looks pretty cool. Like, once again, you're never going to fit much in it. I haven't decided what I'm going to do regards with storage in the back. There's all these little shelves and things and stuff you can put in, but I think all I'm going to do is either build a very simple plywood drawer system with 2 drawers. Whatever I do has to be easy to get in and out, like unbolt it, bolt it. Otherwise, maybe just a simple 2-drawer system. On top of that, I can bolt a fridge on and probably put a box next to it for something. Otherwise, I'll just do boxes. I'm not sure whether I'll just do some cheap ones from Bunnings or not the soft ones, the front runner plastic ones. They're not a bad size. My biggest issue is trying to work out how I'm going to camp without putting roof racks on it. I don't really want to put roof racks on it. I know I can do a tent. I've got a single swag, but it takes up a bit of room, but it might be an option. I don't know. Haven't even looked at it yet. It's still not 100% camping weather for me just yet, and I don't have the time for it. Yeah, I didn't mind the old Vitaras. The new ones I don't necessarily like the look of. They're cheap and everything, but they're more of a car now. I didn't even look at them really, to be honest. But yeah, I agree. The old ones were pretty cool. Make a false floor, then it can be empty if you need it, or load up with cargo boxes. I just want to be able to use the seats in the back if need be. Otherwise, I'd just take the seats out and I'd make a permanent system. It'd be pretty easy, I think. Definitely have to keep weight down, but I don't think weight's going to be too much of an issue because I don't have the size to put things in. In saying that, if you actually make a false floor, there's actually a fair bit of room behind the seats. And if you put a cargo carrier type thing in, barrier, it would actually give you a pretty good amount of room. Terry's on as well, saying hi to Wixie. Hammock camping. Some of the best sleeps I have are in a hammock, but I can't sleep for more than sort of about an hour and a half, and I'll wake up. But I do like having an afternoon nap in a hammock. The good old Mighty Boy. We had one of those at school for a solar car project. A funny thing. I remember a few of them getting around town. Just reading for a second. Who are you going to have in the back, Bobby Asa? I'd need a booster in the seat for him in the back. I guess one good thing about in the back, there's no the windows. They can't, like, unless you put Goldings in or sliders, they're like trapped in that sense. They don't open. So at least in there, he couldn't hurl crap at other people. Oh, he's a funny guy, yeah. Anyway, so just part of the reason I wanted to show you is, I don't know if anyone's picked up on it yet, but the number plate, not the second part doesn't matter, but just the first part. That's first thing I saw when it got off the truck. I thought, oh, I better look at the number plate. And I thought, oh, you're kidding me. In New South Wales, and I'm driving around with that. Unbelievable. Anyway, so far I'm happy with it. That's I will be getting rid of I've just got a Hilux Ute, just a workmate two-wheel drive, so I'm getting rid of that fairly soon. It also adds a bit of cash flow back into my pocket because pretty tight at the moment. Just booked not just, but I'm doing a trip with school over to Japan, and we have to fully fund it ourselves. It's in the school holidays, and then we have to fund it ourselves. And last minute, the price went up 30%, and you had to pay it. Otherwise, they take it out of your pay at that stage. So I had no option, but I had to pay it. So had to go in against my house loan to cover that. Like, I'll be able to claim against tax, but I'll only get a little bit back. That 30% increase is all I'll get back now. So it's a bit disappointing. Yeah. Just start every video with it's landing in far north Queensland. Everyone will get very confused where I live between there and Tassie. Anyway, I'll get rid of that. So yeah, that was a bit exciting. I've never had anything new. The newest I've ever had is like 7 years old, I think. So it's pretty excited to get that. Doesn't take long to get a bit of mess in a new car though. But yeah, so I'll probably have that over at the Clarencetown in September. If I don't have that, I'll have one of my old Land Rovers because it's not too far away. Luckily, they don't have that same number plate. The other thing, this is really just a general chit chat for people that want to catch up. I can see there's 35 on, which is awesome. Don't feel like you need to stay or something like that. If you want to come and go, it's really just a chat. The only announcement that I was going to put on, and I will put a link in a moment just in the chat. If you want to jump on tonight, feel free to do so. Mark Lavelle's supposed to be maybe jumping on, but not a guarantee, but he might jump on later. So yeah, I'll put a link in there in a moment. So if you want to, it's through StreamYard. I'll just read this comment. I bought the Max the Max New in 2020. Oh, do you mean the MUX? Might be an autocorrect. First new car ever. It's taken me until just before Christmas to wheel. Yeah, I'm not going to really be taking this off road while I've got it under the lease. Like, I'll do a little bit, but nothing where it can be any chance of any damage. I don't really want to do that on the lease, and I don't know. Well, I don't have it set up. It's just a stock vehicle at the moment. So, and I want to see what it's like to stock as well. If I decide to keep it afterwards, then I will bull bar. Don't know if I'll do a lift kit, but at least you can put bigger tires on and still without cutting guards. But yeah, so that's something I'll consider would be a lift kit, which is an upgrade as well on your weight limit, and some off-road tires. The other option is whether if I get if I love it but don't love the size and I just want a bit more, I might look at the 5-door. I just don't love the 5-door look over the 3-door. Yeah, I don't know how it go up Vera Clock Hill. I don't think I'll be going anywhere near that one. All right, so a few people were asking, I think in was it Bucks auction or one of his live feeds not long ago. They're asking just about when merch is coming out for the Camping with Mates. It's not just for the camp in September, but just asking in general. We are having Roachy, Mark Lavelle, Wixie, Brad Howe, and myself having a meeting tomorrow night where we're going to just discuss the merch. We've already discussed it before, but we're going to finalize it and put it out. So we're probably going to nut all that out. We've pretty much got it ready to go. We're just going to have to formalize it all and go, this is the final price, because that was a reason we didn't say prices before, because sometimes when you change over to a new year from 24 to 25, some prices go up. So we just holding off, finalize those, and then we'll do a live feed and put them out. But a lot of people have already seen some of them from different people wearing them. The Pilbara style shirts, I think, have got a lot of good feedback already. I know there's a couple of people out there that have them because they've won them through. We did a few giveaways, and then there's also one in Buck's Christmas giveaway. So a few people already have some. One of the main things we had to change too was get rid of the 2025, so it just says Camping with Mates. I might just, for those people that are in the know, there's the Pilbara style shirts, and then there's the other style which are more like this sort of a material. Just put in the comments whether you might prefer the Pilbara style or this style or both. I'm fairly certain that we will be running both anyway. The other thing that someone asked was about sizes, and I'll have to get back to them. That's something I'll chase up tomorrow. Wixie's the main man with all this. And asking about largest sizes. So we'll double check on all that tomorrow as well. And that will all be in the information, excuse me, when we release it as well. But it'll hopefully be very soon. We're going to do like a window, whether it's somewhere between 4 to 8 weeks. That's something we'll probably discuss tomorrow as well. We're going to have a window where it's like, okay, everyone orders in this window. This is when it opens. This is when it cuts off. And then that's that. And then we run the order through. So that's the sort of things that we'll be discussing tomorrow. So it'll all be coming out soon. Some people saying both. Pilbara, I'll obviously be getting both. I'm really looking forward to the Pilbara style. Only reason, even though I like these ones too, the only reason is I don't have a Pilbara style shirt. So, and it's something I've looked at for a while, and this makes sense to get. I think Ed, he runs them as well. They look good. They always look good. They look smart. And hopefully we'll get a really good price for you guys. We're not running it like whatever the cost is for us to do it. That's exactly what you guys get to charge. There's no $5 a shirt towards anything else. It's whatever it costs us. That's exactly what it will cost you. So it'll be as cheap as we can get it. Craig just saying, said it's a big shirt though. I should have gone an XL, not 2XL. Yeah, a lot of people do end up usually going a bigger size. So that's interesting. So they're pretty right with their sizes. Then, do you usually run an XL, Craig, or do you usually run a 2XL? Terry be getting both. Yeah, Craigie Campbell likes the Pilbara style. Yeah, I think it's good. Like I like these ones because I use these ones all the time around the house, going up the paddock. I like these. Like, it doesn't bother me if they get wet. They don't really wear too much. Whereas the Pilbara one will be more of a different style of shirt, I guess. Pilbara style is super comfortable and hot or cold. Oh, you can. Do you mean you can wear it in hot or cold weather, Ed? You're probably a bit like me, Craig, between sizes, so it can be hard. Because I'm between a large and an XL. Sometimes I get a large and it's too tight. And then if I got an XL though, it'd be way too loose. Yeah. Anyway, I'll get that link up. I'm only going to run maximum to 8 p.m. If Marky jumps on, he jumps on. If we get to the point that no one wants to jump on or the conversation's gone, then I'll wrap it up. But that's, quickly, just want to ask as well, before we have our meeting tomorrow, does anyone put in the comments if you've got any questions or things that you either want to ask in general, and we may not know yet, but we can chase it up tomorrow, or things that you might have that we can then discuss about tomorrow. So better off asking a question that we already know the answer to, or that's we've got covered, than not asking at all, because it might prompt us tomorrow to then to discuss it. Anyway, I'll get this invitation. I'm just going to put it in the chat here. So yeah, if you join on, feel free to join in. Just remember that we'll try and keep the chat pretty clean and roughly on topic. Is there a discount for cash? No discounts. It's all going. I guess we can clear it up anyway. Any of the prize giveaways that we've done, so we've already done 3 or 4 shirts here or there. That's all coming from money that myself, Mark Lavelle, Rochi, Wixie, and Brad Howe put in. So we've already put money in to cover those. So I don't think that we're going to be making any money off these that goes towards the prizes. So that's purely our money that we've put in for that. And when it comes to cost for anything, there's only 3 costs for the whole time. There's the cost for camping, which you guys do yourself through the Williams River Holiday Park office. There'll be the pizza, which we will put that out as well very soon, how to pay for that. And then there's obviously I hate saying merchandise, but that's what it is, the clothing. If you choose to, and don't feel like you need to. I haven't actually bought one yet myself, just because money was a bit tight. And then but as soon as I can save up a few dollars, I'll be getting a couple shirts. Jordan's just asked here, Landy, how about camping with mates stickers or patches? That's something that we have discussed before, us guys, when we've had a meeting. And we'll talk about that again tomorrow night. The only issue I think we had with, and I don't want to say anything in case what I say is wrong, but I think the patches were just a bit expensive. That was the only issue, but it's something that we can discuss again tomorrow night. Wixie's the main man when it comes to all this. He's the one in the know and has been running his doing samples, etc. We've got Mark coming in. I'm just going to bring him on now. Evening, big fella.
Good evening, Landy. Or should I say Jimny?
Yeah, yeah, it should be Jimny Smurf. Nah, that one's not going to change. First thing my mum says, like, oh, it's not a Land Rover. I'm like, yeah, Mum, I don't have 100+ grand just there to buy a new Land Rover right now.
Yeah. There's an old, there's a Suzuki, not a Vitara, what's the early one? Sierra, getting around the Central Coast with I am Zook on the plates. It's a classic.
Oh, yeah, no, I've seen quite a few Zooks. The other thing I didn't realise, because like in Land Rover world, if you drive an older Land Rover, everyone waves, a bit like the Toyota Troop carriers. Nearly everyone with a Suzuki Jimny waves and comments on everyone else's Suzuki Jimny, which I was a bit surprised by because so many of them don't go off-road or anything like that. And, you know, but yeah, I just thought that was quite funny that everyone, and there's quite a few Suzuki Jimnys around now because they're a cheap car, really. But yeah, everyone waves. I even got a double wave. We went into a roundabout the other day. This lady I was going this way, the other one's going the other way. She waved, and then the traffic was stopped, so we waved again at each other. Yeah, it's quite funny actually.
My son's got we had a troopy, and he's called it the troopy salute. They just go off the steering wheel like that.
Yeah, so, it's like the farmers when you're out on country roads, and they're like, and they're doing that. Well, you know, everyone's got a slightly different way though. Some just do the finger, others do this and full wave.
Yeah, plenty of airtime.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get in the comment section, guys. Sorry, I just got home from work. Trying to remember StreamYard. That's all good.
Yeah, it's actually been a while. I was trying to think the last time we jumped on one. I can't remember. It was last year, wasn't it? I don't think we've been on this year.
Christmas live, Christmas giveaway in November or something.
Yeah. So it's been a while. The other thing I didn't get any photos, but a few went up on Facebook. I thought we could have a little chat just about our trip to Barrington. And if anyone else has been anywhere in the holidays, when I say the holidays because there's summer holidays to me every year, but if you've been anywhere in the holidays or over summer, put it in the comments and we might have a bit of a chat about that too. But yeah, so Mark, Wixie, Rochi's mate, a couple others, and Wayne, we went and did an Innerman Adventures trip up at Barrington Tops.
Yeah.
When was it? Stray Day weekend, that's right.
Stray Day weekend. Friday, Saturday, came back Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good trip too because it was really hot down on the plains, but up there, like we still got quite a good warm days, but the nights were still cold enough to have a fire, and like you actually wanted to sit around the fire.
Yeah, exactly. I did my best on the mid strength. It was good. Really good. Well controlled.
Yeah.
Awesome weekend.
Yeah, it was good. We got good weather, and it was good to we spent a bit of time driving around. Rochi and Wayne did a bit of forward driving with Wixie as well, and Rochi's mate. But we still went. It was nice just driving around there, looking at some of the tracks and some of the things around. It was kind of good to not have much of a plan and just do whatever though. That's probably what I like the most.
My plan for the weekend was to get home with a dry floor, so I said no to the big wet tracks. As you probably noticed, Landy was riding shotgun with me most of the time. I had to put up with some of my boring stories and entertaining him all the way and trying to make him laugh. But Rachie went full send and came back with the evidence.
It was funny. When he came back and everything, it's like he was. You could have put P plates on. The attitude he had at the time for driving. He had the biggest grin on his face. That was hilarious.
It was awesome. Just like a big kid.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I would have done that in my old 80 series, not in the MUX. I'm not sure about the clearance on that thing yet. It's a bit of a town car.
Well, that's what got Rochi in the end, wasn't it? The clearance.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, good choice. We just went to the Phallus Rock and had a bit of a look around, and we went back to that lookout there. There's like a little information for anyone that's been over Barrington. You'll know about where there's like a little information lookout area, and we stopped there for a bit, which was. Yeah, it was really good there. There wasn't much haze or anything, clear skies, looking down the valley, and it was great.
Yeah, because I grew up in Scone. I've been there plenty of times as a kid, and more recently, probably 10 years ago, camping on the Manning River side, but I'd never been to Devil's Hole, the lookout where you came across looking out towards Gloucester and that way. Never been there before. So that was fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good drive there from there onwards down into Gloucester as well. And then you go past Camp Cobark. I did that last time in the Jazz and it was good. But it's just a long way to come back.
Is that where Bobby was, Camp Cobark?
Yes.
At the same time?
He was either there or he was Gresford. I think he was Camp Cobark.
Camp Cobark.
Yeah,
Is that where they had the event years ago where Buck went?
Yes. Yeah.
And he complained it was too cold, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one, yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going there. It looks like a good spot. I've only driven past it once.
Looks awesome.
Yeah.
I'll just say good day to everyone. I can't comment. I'm not sure what's happened with my laptop. I just got home from work. But if I hit join the chat, maybe that'll work. Anyway.
Good place to start.
G'day, Blackers, Jamie, Craig, Jack, Terry, everyone. So what's your thoughts on the Jimny, mate?
Yeah, so far I'm happy with it. It does skate around a little bit, but you sort of got to expect a little light box with a short wheelbase like that.
Yeah,
There's not really anything that annoys me about it. Nothing that I can't just get simple accessories for. Like the cup holders are a bit annoying, but like it's the same like with any little hatchback. They've got the cup holders behind your seat almost, and not that it's really a center
yeah.
console. So I'm gonna there's accessories already for all that, and you can put cup holders on the vents.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really like it. Um,
I think I told you my niece has got one, and she said the only thing is on the freeway, you get a bit blown around when trucks go past. But
yes,
yeah, if you're doing
yep.
country roads, it should be fine, or just general highway. New
There's a
England.
there's a sensor in there that like if you're swaying across the road, it will say, "Oh, you're swaying too much" or something like that. But it will do it if I'm on a country road that has a lot of potholes because it's coils. It's the whole vehicle does this. Like it's comfortable, but it does that really easily. It's just on
Yeah.
country roads, and it keeps saying you're swaying. I'm like, no, I'm not. It's just the country roads.
Can you turn those alarms off?
Yeah, there's the lane assist one you can turn off. I haven't looked too much at the other ones yet. The
Yeah,
only
okay.
thing that I miss really about like some of the modern cars, but this is still modern for me anyway, is it is handy having the front and rear sensors when you're parking. Once again, this is so small and it's flat both ends, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
And the blind spot in your mirrors, you know that,
yeah,
what are they
yeah.
called?
The little orange
The
light
light.
goes off. I don't.
Yeah,
My car's not that new, but yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah. They're really handy. Once again, I don't need it in this. I keep pointing over there because it's on my other screen. Um, but yeah, I don't need it in this, so it doesn't really matter. But they're just little things I got used to driving with.
Yeah.
Um,
What about the roof load, mate? You're saying that the capacity on the roof racks is not that great, but I've seen a few
yeah,
rooftop tents on them, maybe on the
well,
5 foot.
I've seen heaps of people put quite a bit on top, especially like rooftop tents, awnings, etc. I'm fairly certain it's only like a 30 or 40 kilo load rating. But then I did also read that was for off-road conditions, and therefore you can double that maybe. But
Yeah,
I've seen some that are, pretty loaded up, getting around, and I'm just like, nah. It also, I reckon, it'd knock you because it bounces around so much. I reckon if you put a bit of weight, extra wind resistance, you'd definitely notice it then.
yeah,
Because I thought about putting my swag up on that, like get a couple roof bars and just put a swag up. I thought, oh, that'd be blowing around and the wind and all that.
maybe
But I
just
have
something on the
heard,
back, on the back bull bar, on the back bar section, like a
yeah. So
jerry can or
if I was going to keep it and I wanted it for a bit of not touring as such, but like you wanted to go away for a couple of days or a week, whatever, then I would look at a rear bar and have so your spare tire on one side and then a water and a fuel maybe on the other. So I can get about
yeah,
5 to 550 to a tank, depending, but that's not going off road.
yeah.
So like
Okay,
I probably don't really need to carry extra fuel because like really, when are you going probably more than 300 k's without passing a servo?
yeah. What's the fuel? What's the capacity? It's a petrol, so is it
Yeah.
1.8? Like,
So
what's
it's
the CCs and what's the fuel tank?
so it's a 1.5 liter petrol. I
Oh,
think it's either a 30 or a 40 liter tank. I forget. Um,
that's plenty.
but I get between 6 to 7 liters per 100 so far, which I'm pretty happy with.
Wow, better than my
Yeah.
outboard. Much
Yeah,
better.
that's
All right, I'm in the
Craig's just
comments
said
now.
that.
I think I'm in the comments. All
Yeah,
right.
Craig's just saying there the difference between the static and dynamic load, and that's the problem. I think
Mm,
a lot of people will go, "Oh, we can put heaps on there or whatever." It's like, well, actually, dynamic load changes quite a lot to static, and then if you go off road, a lot of them change again. But I have heard a few roofs cracking with the Jimny, like leaking.
Oh,
But I wonder if they're just putting too much weight up there or not distributing it properly.
sorry for my ignorance. Has it got a proper gutter around it, or has it got a modern?
It does have
Nothing.
a gutter around it, but I don't know how proper it is. I haven't looked into it too much yet.
Could be a bit cosmetic, not load bearing, or
Yeah, it's not as load bearing as a Land Rover one with their channel that they have going around, which I think might be similar to like a Troopy or an 80 series. How they've got like the Land Rover ones, they're pretty decent.
They're fairly robust. I think they've got inside like supports on them.
Yeah, this one sort of, I don't know, it looks a bit flimsier, but then, yeah, I don't know. I'll have a look into it. Yeah.
G'day, Buck. Buck's on, I think. G'day, Greg, Josh, Robin. I'm just catching up.
Phil's
Sorry.
on there too. That's all right.
G'day, Phil. How are you, mate?
No, Craig's heading off. Thanks for joining in.
See you, Craig.
So, yeah, they are metal, but they're aluminium, not steel.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't plan on putting if I was going to do a rooftop tent, I'm probably going to do it on like a dual cab ute.
Okay.
Yeah, they are cool. Yeah, go, Mark.
Are you putting a tow bar on it? No, that wasn't an extra.
No, I went pretty much standard. The tow bar and all that can happen later if I choose. Yeah, no, I kept it stock just that way and did a 2-year lease. That way, if I don't like it, I can sell it without spending more money on it, because you don't get your money back on accessories.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'd probably just then buy it out, then accessorize it. The other thing I wondered about was if they bring out a newer model or not in that time. I don't think they will, but they might start to do a few little upgrades or whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, okay. Because after the residuals due, you can probably accessorise it once you decide if you're going to keep it.
Yeah, well, I was pretty happy with what the residual was after 2 years. Like what the residual is, it'll be worth more than that, so I will buy it out and then sell it for more if I don't want it. I'm not going to just go, nah, leave it at that.
Yeah. Phil's got a comment there about Land Rovers. Sorry, mate.
Some buddies of mine just started touring around the world in their Land Rover. They shipped it from France to the US, broke down, and they can fix it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
I looked at it. Yeah. Look, to be honest, if I was going to get a Land Rover, like I wouldn't get anything new. Then too expensive, and yeah, I don't think they're great quality. I think that as far as a luxury vehicle and whatever, when they're new, they're probably good, but I wouldn't get a new one. If I was ever going to get a Land Rover again, when I say newish, that's one that I can drive on highways, etc. It'd actually be one of the Army ones with a turbo, the 3.9 litre diesel. Yeah. The only downside is 3.9 Isuzu.
Can't go wrong.
Really, yeah. Well, they go on forever. Good on fuel. I've driven one that's turboed, and they're pretty unreal. The only downside with them is if most of them are only 2 doors, so you can only put 2 seats in front. You can put a third if you really want to in the front, but you don't really want to be sitting in the middle.
Hey, Landy, I know Buck's late to the party. Have you mentioned your number plate yet?
Oh, I'll quickly put the picture back up.
You're gonna love this.
He'll get it straight away.
You're gonna love this, Buck. Zoom in.
Yeah, I can't zoom in anymore. He's just gonna have to look. Yeah, no one else really got it or didn't get it straight away. I reckon Buck will pick up straight away.
What's the last bit? 12B.
Yeah. 72. Yeah. So the second part of the second part of the number plate doesn't matter. It's just that first part. And no, I won't be putting any fluffy dices in it. Or pineapples.
Not down here, mate.
No.
Must be an Innisfail thing, Buck.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah. Anyway, I'm quite happy with it. There's I was saying before, I was tossing up between that and the lime green yellowy colour with the black roof. I like that. I don't like the blue ones, and even the red with the black roof looks pretty good. But
they're all cool.
I gotta steal the camping mates. Oh, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I don't think I've had a number plate before that can actually be an abbreviation for anything. Like you always make something up. But like I've never actually had one that's a standard one. And this is the first time I've ever had a number plate that actually stands for something, and I get that. You would think that so many in Queensland would have, well, it's New South Wales though, but so many of the Queenslanders moving down to New South Wales that they might have taken that number plate.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, they just don't take pride.
It comes at a premium, mate. We are the premier state, and when it's got that NSW at the bottom, mate, she's worth a little bit more.
Yeah, it's quite funny. It says Far North Queensland and New South Wales underneath.
Yeah.
It's like what is it, Jervis Bay, but it's actually the ACT, even though it's in New South Wales.
Yeah, that little pocket. Yeah, that's true, Nathan. And that's how we want to keep it, mate.
Yeah. Oh, good old rivalries.
Yeah.
I was just saying before as well, Mark, that we're having a chat tomorrow night to discuss the clothing and that. We're going to put that out, so that's not too far away. We'll have a look at the. I think the stickers will probably. I think we're good for those, but we'll have another look at the patches and we'll go through all that tomorrow.
Yeah, see if it's worthwhile.
Yeah.
Have you asked everyone what they think about that sort of stuff, or not yet?
I just asked what they thought about the Pilbara shirts and the other material shirts. A lot of people said they like both, but a lot of people said they were pretty keen for the Pilbara ones, like I am.
Yeah, I'm hanging out for one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we might get decent roads. It's funny because even the roads around here have turned to crap, but I don't fully blame them. We've had a few wet years and there's not much you can do with the roads in those, what do we have, like 2-3 really wet years in a row? Yeah. There's not a lot you can do with them.
A lot more traffic.
And a lot of traffic.
Too many people.
Yep. We've got a log truck.
I like that clip about the truckies heading north, mate. That was sensational on the Bruce Highway. The poor old truckies heading north after the flood.
What was that? I've been a bit off social media for the last couple of months. So what was it? There was heaps of trucks lined up to go.
Posted a convoy of trucks. These guys have been probably sleeping on the side of the road and away from their families, moving groceries and produce and stuff north during the flood.
Oh, awesome. Right.
And he gave a shout out to them, which is good.
Couple weeks they'll stranded for. Is that what you said?
I think so. Well, at least a week. Fuck, might know better. The truckies, probably a couple of days actually, I think.
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to put the our link to if anyone wants to jump on StreamYard. I did say we'd only pretty much go to 8 o'clock. If anyone wants to jump on. Oh, he's just said there, yeah, and they all got cans.
And companies wouldn't pay overtime. Oh, that's BS, bro.
Yeah.
Brisbane in as
far 2 weeks. It took 2 weeks from Brisbane, yeah. Isn't it funny though?
Oh, sorry.
Oh. We said we weren't going to fight tonight.
Sorry. I'm breaking the rule already.
It's funny how a lot of people don't really realise how much we rely on trucks in this country until something like this happens. Sadly, though, like everything, especially of recent history, we human race, we forget things that happen really quickly.
Short memories, mate. Exactly.
Oh, yep. But it was
Wixie's having a laugh. That's good.
Yeah.
What about Wixie's campsite over the weekend? Oh no, Roachie went camping to Kangaroo Valley, and then Wixie, the postman delivers. I tell you, he's just pulled out some tiny house in the Hunter Valley. How romantic!
It wasn't just a regular tiny house; it was in a tree. It was a tree house tiny house.
It was a tree. I built one of them back in '86.
Yeah. Now they become trendy.
Yeah, I know. Mine wasn't that fancy.
Yeah. It's I went for a drive yesterday out through Wollombi, Broke, and every second little property now has a couple tiny houses there for weekenders.
Yeah. I'm heading down to my sister-in-law's turning 50 next weekend. So I'm heading down to his farm at Adaminaby, which is not far as the crow flies from Mount Selwyn. So they were thinking about putting a tiny house on the property there, 70 acres, to make some more coin. So instead they bought a JK Journey Outback and used it himself.
Mm. Yeah, they're a good idea. They're a pretty good investment, really. Like for 100,000, and then you can, a weekend you'd get probably $500 for it over a weekend.
Yeah,
and then you still got the asset.
Get more.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Jamie's got a good point there. Thanks, mate. Memories are still there, mate.
Yeah. I was just thinking we might just give a quick rundown on a few of the things that we did at the Innerman Adventures without obviously going into detail because of that privacy. And that way, if anyone was thinking of doing something similar, but we're on the fence about it, whether it's worth going or not to something like that, whether it's something like what Wayne runs or different. So we met, what was there? There was about 8 of us, I think. Anyway, about 8 of us. So just a small group, just the right number that everyone basically has a spot around the campfire pretty much, with still leaving a bit of room for when the smoke hits someone. But yeah, it was a pretty casual weekend. It wasn't like, got to do this, got to do that. Everyone stop, we're having a big talk about this or anything like that. It was more just a real casual, you could go and if you wanted to talk about something, you could. If you didn't want to say a thing, that was also fine. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
But we spent a bit of time just sitting around the campfire, having a bit of a chat. Most of the time we were just having a chat like we normally do. It wasn't about anything in particular, but we had a few moments where we did bring things up if we wanted to. We had a bit of time in the morning where we just sat and listened to nature, which was actually really good. That's one thing that I'm, especially living out here on a property, I do most mornings and afternoons now, especially go get a coffee and just sit and listen. That it's something I've done before, but I've only ever done it in busy areas, like in towns, and I'm like, oh, this isn't worth it. But it's actually nice to just get out in nature and sit and just listen, not do anything.
Yeah.
We went for a bit of a drive and look around, like we said earlier. But a few little cook-ups, whatever. But I think the biggest thing that I took away from it really was just about getting out camping with mates. It doesn't have to be just guys either. Going somewhere where there's less people is best. By that I mean I would sooner go somewhere that's more out in the country in nature than in a caravan park. Not that I'm dissing caravan parks, but I mean for this purpose of relaxation and peace and quiet. I really liked that. And it meant that we could have more space because there was other campers. I think there was about 3 other groups at the campground that we had, but they were pretty far away. You could hear them, but not really. So it meant that we could, but it meant that we could spread out amongst ourselves. Like we probably had 15 meters between each of our camps as well.
I was off in the paddock with the Brumbies myself personally. That's what I like to
do. You were. Yeah, you're the first to go. If anything was going to happen, you were first.
I was going first. That's the way I go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we sort of said too. It's just making time to catch up. The one thing that because I'm really bad at cutting people off and talking at the top, asking questions. So one thing that was really good with what Wayne did was there was a time when we were talking, and it sounds simple, but just having a talking stick, and then so you pick it up, and when you're done, put it down, and then people can talk, respond, whatever then, or talk about something else. So that
Yeah.
was probably really good, because we spent a bit of time where we did dinner and everything, and when excuse me, and we were just chatting, whatever, and then we had this time that we did talk, and it was casual, but we also knew that we could bring up something like that was a time if you wanted to bring something up, and if you didn't feel okay about talking about it another time. So yeah, that was probably one of the things I really liked about it too, and it was good because even though I think I'm a good listener, in my job I do more talking than listening. So it was good to actually be like, no, you're going to shut up and you're going to sit there and listen. That's me to myself.
Well,
and actually listen and not be thinking. The other thing too is, which people are bad for, and I'm probably guilty for it at times too, is when someone's talking, you're thinking about what you're going to say,
what are you
whether
gonna
it's
say
asking
next?
them a question, say next, or your story. And I completely blocked that out that night.
Mm.
And I thought, do you know what? No, this is my time to just actually listen. And that's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
I've taken on to other people too. Like sometimes, if someone needs to vent about something, there's actually no point talking back. And sometimes I've also, since then, if someone's talking and they're just getting stuff off their chest, I might not say much, go, oh, okay, yep, I understand. Or like not
Yeah.
saying a lot. And that way you're giving them and then giving time. It's something I used to do. We had this parenting thing happen once at work, and they called it linger time. So with your, if you've got kids and you want to try and talk to them, instead of going in and talking to them, you just linger around in their space, like not annoying them, but say the example they gave, if you're a parent and especially with teenagers and they're in their room, maybe just go in and maybe take the rubbish out of their bin, or like just put a few clothes away, just something that's sort of, you're there but you're on the side.
Yeah.
And then they might
exactly.
start chatting. Same as when you're in a car and you go on a road trip. Sometimes the best thing to do is just go on a road trip, turn the music down or off, and you'll find that usually the other person, if they've got something to say, they'll start saying it after a bit.
Yeah. We did speak about Guinness on the way back, but that was just our personal story.
Oh, I mean,
Like I'm bad for talking over people and trying to answer people's questions, and because I interview people every second day, and it's like you're trying to, you're trying to empathise and you're answering their questions for them, and sometimes you just got to, Marco, shut up, shut the F up and listen. So it was good with a stick. I found it liberating because it was, I don't have to talk. I'll just wait and listen.
Yeah, and
and
even
learn.
though it's quite an old school concept, like everyone knows about the talking stick, but to actually use it was really good.
Yeah, first time. Hey, Saul's got a good comment. Nice shit. Oh, nice shirt, I think he meant. Nice shirt.
Oh.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Steve. A beautiful shirt.
Yeah, it is a nice shirt. Nice colours on it too.
One of my old YouTubers here.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Calm down.
That was a circle.
People are going to start throwing donations at you.
There's a story behind that one today. Anyway.
Yeah, well, I was pretty keen to get into that Guinness because we went past the Lingalonga pub, which is a well-known pub, and I know most of the places that serve Guinness and that don't serve Guinness, and there's not that many places that serve Guinness, and there was a Guinness shortage. Anyway, we had to go past this pub that served Guinness before we went camping for a couple nights, and so I was getting pretty itchy to get down to this place. I'm like, come on, guys, let's go. And then we had to jumpstart Rochi's car. I'm like, oh, come on, Rochi, come on. I was about ready to push it down. But anyway, finally getting there. I've had a few since. For those people that are a little bit in the know with Guinness, there's this splitting the G challenge, which you've got to, the first mouthful you have, you've got to split the G on Guinness, like where the cross bit goes. And I've gotten close quite a few times. I've gotten within a mil or two, but yeah, I haven't quite got it yet, so I'm just going to keep trying. That's my excuse for keep trying, because I haven't got it yet. So
I was no hope. I went way past the G.
Yeah,
that's me. I'm a bit greedy. Oh, Steve's got Sora Ventures. Steve's got a question there about the log cabin, mate.
Okay. So that's quite a while ago. I started cutting down some trees to do a log cabin. The issue I had about 2 weeks after I cut those trees down, it started raining and it didn't stop for about 6 months. So I've only just managed to get them up the hill about a month ago, and then I'll have to get them in. But yeah, it's just every time I go to do it, it's just too boggy because they're a fair way up. Oh, I think I cut out with Starlink again. But anyway, the logs are there. They're drying out. But yeah, it's just getting the time to get them, bring them in, because I've got to go and chain them all up and put behind the tractor. I've got others ready to go as well to cut down, but they are a bulldozer one, I think, not a, because they're a bit down. They're good trees, stringy bark ones on the side of the hill, but I'm not using the tractor to pull them up. I'll use the dozer.
No. As I said last year, Christmas time, that's a 2026 problem.
Yeah.
2025
Yeah.
I was using, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
See you,
sounded
Nathan.
good.
See you, mate.
Thanks for joining in. See you, Nathan. So yeah, if you butt it in, you get a crack with the talking stick.
I think I had a rock,
Yeah.
or a shell.
That's a
Can't
good
remember.
point.
Conker shell, like
Yeah.
Bobby Brady.
We've only got a couple minutes. We'll keep this to 8 o'clock. So, just a quick recap. We are talking again tomorrow night about the clothing. We're talking about a few other things too. This is when I say we're just doing a private video chat meeting. We're going to be talking about clothing, having a release date and exactly how you go about purchasing those. There'll be a window somewhere between 4 to 8 weeks. We'll decide on that tomorrow. That's the window to 8 p.m. New South Wales time. A window to order, and then that gives us enough time to get all the clothing sorted, made, etc., and then get it sent out to everyone with plenty of time before the camp out. There will be people who will ask, can I just pick it up at the camp out rather than paying for postage? That's something that we're going to have to discuss with Wixie tomorrow, because he's the one that's really organising it.
Yeah.
We're just giving our opinions.
Around the logistics of that and whether it's going to work out or it's going to be a pain.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be like if too many people want to do that, then that could be a whole extra car trip. That for Wixie, it's going to be 5 hours each way. So it might be just too much.
Yeah.
Not sure yet.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that tomorrow night.
We will.
Yeah. And then once we have that all sorted, we'll do a live feed pretty soon after, and we'll put all that information out. It'll go on Facebook, on the YouTube community chat as well, because not everyone does Facebook. And I think we're going to probably tie in the pizza.
Yeah, that'd be good.
With it.
Just a quick shout out while Buck's on here to Buck and Rob Richmond for organising the charity drive on the weekend. Sensational. A lot of money raised.
Yeah.
Good cause. It was good.
What was it? $4,130 in total in the end. My
abacus was wrong. I said 4.5 just from the bids, and that was about 1,500 out. So look at me go.
Was that 7 books? Just for 7 books?
7 books, yeah. Plus donations after the event. Is that right, Buck?
Cool. Yeah, that's unreal, isn't it? $4,000. That's people digging in deep.
Yeah, it was a good night.
Thanks, Jack. We'll keep that in mind when we have a chat tomorrow night. Yeah, and it was pretty cool. I only managed to be on for the start, and then I had to get off. So I've been a bit off a lot of social media and YouTube and things, but I try to jump on when I can, or I re-watch things when I can. Yeah, but that's unreal for 7 books to raise that much. And what was it? It was, you had to draw out of a hat or something, wasn't it, for who got to decide which charity it went to?
Yeah, Buck put us all in a draw because I bought a book. And Jordan Glennon, I think, was it, Buck? Got drawn out.
So was it to an animal charity or something else?
Animal shelter, yeah.
Yeah. Very good. All right. Yeah, Jordan got it. He just said, well, we might wrap it up there. It's 8 o'clock. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. At one point, we had over 40 people, which is great, especially for a Monday night. Thanks, Mark, for joining in as well. It's always better to have someone else on rather than just talking by yourself. I'm going to try, I know I've said this before, I'm going to try and do a few more live feeds, but most of the time, it's probably going to be on a Monday or Tuesday when I'm available. But that seems to work okay because there's really not much else going on. I think there's the Legends for Charity. So Ed and Naz have got this Friday. I think they're doing a live feed announcement. So that will be exciting. I think they're doing it with it's about the location, I think, isn't it? With the people who run the park.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. So that'll be good. If anyone has any questions at any point, feel free to send it to any one of us, or you can send it through Facebook or email. That'd be cool if you do. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks,
everyone. No, thank you. Thanks for joining in. And thanks for everyone getting in the chat and having a good chat with everyone. That's what it's all about. All right. See ya.
Hooroo.